Lee Majors, the $6 million band.
Santa, is there a back way out of this place?
Of course there is, Lee, but this is one Santa that's going out the front door.
Christmas parade will be going to Hyde Park Barracks in London, where the Queen's Lifeguard is preparing for Christmas Day ceremonial duties. And the children of the Scots Guards will be joined by a host of...
A man of miracles, I witness with my visuals. He's still in the business. Be careful who you listen to when they try to get at you, like if it's real. Like...
A Merry Christmas to all of you at home.
Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Good evening, girls. Good morning. Merry Christmas, Martin. It's the 12 days of Christmas, baby. We're sticking with it. We're sticking it. We'll go all the way through to New Year's, and I'll say Merry Christmas then too. You know what? Fuck happy holidays. Merry fucking Christmas, everybody. It's because Christmas is awesome. Oh, I got the wrong overlay on that. 1 second. Oh, I am. What's the word I'm looking for? Not bereft. Out of sync. I need the 4-1. There you go. It's a fourth night. I didn't mix it down. Where is it? Down there. Doink. Right. There you go. There. It's a fourth night. I am just getting off my my Christmas weekend. Now, you had Christmas on Wednesday, right? So we don't really do that. We do the Sabbath nearest Christmas. I think it's going to be the Sabbath after Christmas, right? So next year when Christmas is on Thursday, I believe, it'll be a little bit easier. Year after, I mean, thank God there's not going to be a Top 2 special because I won't be able to do an instant review of it, right? Because it'll be on Sabbath and for Putin. 1 second, just get my coffee going. So anyway, yeah, we had real Christmas fair going on over the last 24 hours here at my house. A lot of family. We had my my older son and his wife. Right, that's normal enough. That's not. They were here last week, in fact. But also we had my daughter-in-law's mother and 2 brothers. Then last night, just for dinner last night, everybody else stayed here. We also had my other daughter-in-law, her husband, my other son, is in Gaza right now. I think there was a big operation he was involved in over Sabbath, which did pretty darn well from what I understand. Anyway, so we had my daughter-in-law, her mother, and her brother, right? So that's and then we had me, my wife, and my 2 daughters were here as well. We had 12 people, right? Here, we should show the table. It was huge, baby. It was huge. Now, again, we normally do this on share screen. Second. So yeah, again, this is a table set up for a Jewish Sabbath, being very, very Christmassy. Because again, dude, Christmas is freaking awesome, right? Christmas is freaking awesome. Now, you know some Christmas crackers there? The Christmas crackers aren't good for Sabbath. I tell you this every year. Christmas crackers are not good for Sabbath because you can't tear on Sabbath. Nor can you pull the thing, goes bam, and make a bang, right? You're not allowed to do that either. Bit of a bummer, all things considered. So I made special ones for Sabbath, which just pull apart nicely. Inside, I actually will go to order more for next year. We had the paper hats and the jokes, right? Ready? And I had some risque ones and some, more traditional ones. But yeah, that was the basic. Oh, that's the Hanukkah is ready to be lit. Right, and that's the thing in the middle is where we put the these 2 loaves of bread called challah, right? Which is part of the Sabbath ritual. My wife did this thing though, which was cray, right? Oh, do I have a picture of it made? Yeah, I do. Here, this was it before she cooked it. She made a Hanukkah. We call that Hanukkah, the menorah. That's made out of dough. That's challah, right? And so when it was cooked, it looked like this. I thought it looked stunning, right? I was really damn impressed with it. It was really crazy. The Mogen Dovin, the Jewish star in the middle, looks more like a dreidel. Well, yeah, we could roll with that, right? We could totally roll with that. Not only that, so for Friday night, we have the traditional Jewy chicken soup, right? Which one year my wife dyed the matzo balls red and green to make them a bit more festive. That was fun. We took a picture of the traditional chicken soup. There you go, chicken soup bubbling away there. There you go. Jewy chicken soup is just got tons of stuff in it, right? And then we had full turkey. A turkey was cooked perfectly. Oh, wonderful turkey, chestnut stuffing, Brussels sprouts, roast potatoes. Something that breaks my heart. You can't get parsnips out here, right? Oh, it's a tragedy, right? They're the Brussels sprouts. Oh, Brussels sprouts just smell Christmassy to me, right? They just genuinely smell Christmassy in every way. What are the Yorkshire puddings? What's that? Oh yeah, they're the Yorkshires ready to go out, and here they are just cooked. Turn them around. There you go. Oh. So yeah, and Christmas pudding and mince pies for dessert. Oh, it was wonderful. And brandy butter, obviously. What's Christmas pudding without brandy butter? But as we had, most people coming over were like super Israeli and French and Sephardi, more of an Eastern clime. After it's really weird. If you ever go out for a meal in Israel, right, you'll see people just sit and drink tea and just not move after the meal. They'll just stay there, right? So they do. So we put my wife put all these different nuts and stuff to put out. For them, and when we put them out, said this still isn't Israeli. If you want to do it Israeli, you got to put it out in the bags. So we have that. So then it gets crazier. Then for Sabbath lunch, we had. Firstly, we have a thing called Kiddush, which is like a little snack when I come home from synagogue. Which my younger daughter made this thing called jachnun, right? She loves jachnun. It's basically pastry rolled up, flat and then rolled into like a tube. Imagine a cigar made out of like pastry. But you're supposed to, on Sabbath, because again, you don't directly use turn on the oven or use electricity, that sort of stuff. You have a hot plate that comes on and goes off, or you could leave it on all the time. So you're supposed to leave put the jachnun, right, in a pot with eggs and make this like this kind of tomato spicy sauce to go with it. And you just got to leave it on that hot plate overnight. You got to put it on early, and boy, were they good, right? That was very good. My wife had made some gravlax, which is essentially salmon. It's like cured salmon. But then the main course, right? We started at 1:30. It was pretty good for us. Was the main course was we had very traditional Jewy Hanukkah food, right? We had English Christmas for lunch, for dinner, Jewy Hanukkah for lunch. So we had latkes. Latkes are, I talk about these every year, mate. Potato pancakes, shredded potatoes. Shred potato, peel them, shred them, mix them with egg, oil, and salt, and then deep fry them. It's really good. It's really good. Now, the English latkes are a little bit thicker than American latkes. Are you saying you need 4 candles? Yes, there are 4 lights, says Colin Archer. Actually, you need 5. I'll explain that in a second. Anyway, so what was that? We had the latkes, corned beef, that's salt beef if you're English. My name is spinach kugel, which was surprisingly very good. It's like I can't even explain kugel to you. It's like it's a Jewy thing. Like you take some kind of vegetable, mash it up, put it in a pan, and bake it. It's kugel. That's basically what it is, right? Essentially what it is. And then I forgot we also had pigs in blankets. They were great, right? That was on Friday night. It was like sausages. We normally supposed to wrap them in bacon, right? No, we're somewhat prohibited for that in the Orthodox Jewish circles. So it was wrapped in pastrami, I think. They were great. Oh man, they really came out really good. We haven't done those before. And what else was there? Fried chicken, because you don't want to go hungry. And edamame went very well. Right, so it was just a huge food fest. Lots of wine. I got reasonably soused during the night. But on Friday night, you go to bed super duper early, right? Like, because Sabbath comes in at 4:30, right? So you're eating dinner by like 5:36 at the earliest, right? The absolute earliest. And then you're you're basically done by 7. Right, and then it's then you're like, well, what do I do? So actually, fell asleep on couch. Oh, there, the other thing I forgot we to add in the mix was the big traditional food right now for Hanukkah is donuts. Right, everybody loves that. We had I forgot to share the thing. Share the picture. Relentless amounts of food. Right, relentless amounts of food. Yeah, doink. And people like the Simpson-y donuts, right? They are the way to go. So yeah, we've had a lot of indulgent, right? A lot of indulgent. Well, yeah, I have to say I reasonably enjoyed it. I kept thinking, if I die from this, yeah, it's probably worth it, right? It is probably worth it. What do I have to do here? I haven't got much weird stuff to look at. Again, it's like Sabbath really just ended for me. And it's like the Hanukkah candles. This is one thing here which I thought was wild, right? I thought this was absolutely insane. I have no idea if this is true or not. I mean, it looks like it's not, but you never know, do you? You never bloody know.
I have to see this. You are not going to believe what I just found at this gas station. The day after Christmas, God must have really been looking out for me
And like this gas station is weirdly quiet.
Christmas. Look what someone threw away right here. And this, you're not gonna believe this. This is an old Christmas gift. It looked like someone just threw it away. They read the card and didn't check the bag very well, because I was pumping gas right here in my pickup and the bag caught my eye in the trash can. So I reached in there just to take a peek, and look what's in here. They must have just read this Christmas card and just threw it away. It says, "Merry Christmas, we love you so much, and don't forget to check the bottom of the bag." And I guess
they didn't read that card, is what he's trying to say.
They didn't read the card all the way, or they didn't check the bag very well, because look what's in here. When you open the bag up, see, it looks like nothing's in here, right? In the bottom of the bag.
So I thought there was like an iPhone or something at the bottom.
Well, they didn't look all the way in the very bottom, because look what's hidden. Just found.
How much is that, you reckon? That looks like, if they're all hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's like, I don't know, at least $5,000. I would say, show me they're all hundreds. That's crazy.
Found this in the trash right here at this gas station. No one's even here.
That is a crazy. I have no idea if that's true or not, right? I have no idea if that's true. Or is that fork handles? I don't know what that means. No, 4 candles. Okay, you have 5 candles. You have 1 big one and 4 little ones. The reason is that you're not allowed to use the candles for anything other than like publicizing the miracle of Hanukkah. Right? For example, you put fairy lights on a Christmas tree, right? If that was a Jewish tradition, they would say you're not allowed to like read by the fairy lights, because that's there to decorate the Christmas tree. Right, so you have to have this extra light, so in case you happen to get any benefit from the lights of the candles of Hanukkah, other than go, oh, that's pretty, you then say you came from the shamish, the big one, right? So there, you actually need 4. There are 5 lights. What were there? 4 lights. What's the one? Chains of Command, Star Trek. I was saying fascinating. I was reading over Sabbath, right? It's from 2006, an SFX magazine. Boy, was that better 20 years ago. Holy crap. A different universe. The quality is just night and bloody day, right? It's really night and day. But it was a special celebrating 40 years of Star Trek. And it made me think, well, the last 20 years were really not a great idea, right? Yeah, because the first 40 years, man, And it was like great article after great article after great article. But boy, the last 18 years of Star Trek have been dire, right? Have been dire. There's actually a Star Trek rumor that Alex Kurtzman was finally going. Oh, God. Although this is from Fandom Pulse. I was going to say, but you hear these rumors all the bloody time. Let me pull it up. Fandom Pulse. Rumor. Alex Kurtzman will be out as Star Trek lead in July 2025 after execs angry at collapse of Star Trek-related merchandise. Well, I wonder why nobody wants any merch. Because nobody likes to show you, fuckwit moron. Right? Here, I'll show this other thing. Let me share the screen. And this is actually, I think, a reasonable debate to have. Now, again, I've seen this quite a lot over, the media that agrees with my worldview. And I'm not sure how true it is the bottom line. Doctor Who's rating crash. Now, was it a rating? Did they do well in the ratings? Did they do badly in the ratings? It's an interesting question because it's not as cut and dried as you think. Yes, it was absolutely the lowest rated Christmas special ever. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that definitely happened. What does that mean, though? I mean, here's the thing. I think the BBC and the entertainment industry have successfully moved the Overton window. That 4 million is now, you're doing quite good, right? 4 million is nothing to be ashamed of, right? 4 million is you're doing pretty darn well, which is weird. Okay, the weird thing about it is things actually did get good ratings on Christmas. Okay? And of course, we don't get the AAI ratings anymore, do we? Because that for me is the bigger sign that Doctor Who's in the shitter, right? It really genuinely is. Like Gavin Station got 12.3. Yeah, okay. You know why these things get good ratings? Because they were good, right? They have a history of being good. That EastEnders got 4.4 is amazing to me. Right, maybe EastEnders is turning around. I can't imagine it. Right, I can't imagine it. I was watching Talk TV talk about and I didn't watch the whole thing, so I don't know if they got to Doctor Who, but the worst things on TV this year. And here's the thing: Doctor Who doesn't really make it into those lists anymore because nobody really gives a shit about Doctor Who. That really is the truth. Nobody really gives a shit about Doctor Who, and the Joy to the World is not bringing anybody back, right? It is not bringing anybody back to the fold. I am sorry. So, yeah, so they live in a world where 4 million is a good rating, and they can crow about it. But it's not! Like, bottom line, it's not! Like Wallace and Gromit, that was 9.4 is a good rating, right? That was a great... Like, here, let's have a look at what were the ratings like when David Tennant was doing the specials? Like the Kylie Minogue one. Was it Doctor Who Christmas special ratings? Christmas. First, let me see spell special. Maybe special should be better with a P. Specials rating. Okay. No. Maybe just look up Doctor Who Christmas specials. I'll probably have the ratings there on Wikipedia. Let's have a look, right? Oh, yeah, they do. Okay, fine. Up me. Now, again, the television landscape is totally different now, right? So, I mean, that's a fair argument. But I would say the television landscape is totally different now because they've systematically destroyed it. Fine. So, Christmas Vader got 9.84. Runaway Bride, 9.35. Voyage of the Damned with Kylie Minogue, 13.31. Next Doctor, 13.10. 12.4 for the End of Time, 12.27 for the Regeneration Story, 12.11. Dr. William Wardrobe, yeah, it started to go down then. All right? Yeah, you start seeing the decline. And it's interesting. The decline happens as the BBC management moves towards DEI. Right? It really is. Well, again, all these are excellent ratings. Time of the Doctor, 11.4. Capaldi just didn't excite people at the same amount, right? And I believe these are the overnight figures, right? And they were definitely less than double what they are now. Then Jodie came in. Look, and why her ratings low? One, because it's New Year's Day, not Christmas Day, and two, because it's shit. Even the Daleks got 4.3. Fucking hell, that's really bad. I didn't know. I didn't realize that. But I thought even that. And we're back, legend. And we're back. Kicking around. You're bloody right. Oh, so annoying. That was so annoying. I was just getting it right. I have no idea how long it was off for. Oh, okay. Well, just looking at the ratings decline. So look, I reckon by the time they finish all their bullshittery, right? Their ratings are. They got how much was it overnight? Let's have a look again. I can't find the bloody thing. Here we go. Doink. Overnight was 4.1, right? So I reckon by the time they're done, they'll be up to like 7.3. Is my guess, right? Now, I think, but those ratings are just bullshit. Sadly, right? And they know they're bullshit. That's the thing. Look, Disney. I can't imagine a world in which Disney picks up season 3, continues this Doctor Who relationship. I just can't. All right, it seems. They're in retreat right now from trans storylines, right? Here, let me see if I can find that article about that. Disney ditches trans storyline. Yeah, let's look at this one over here. So again, and I think this was really the only thing they had going for it. Certainly, they didn't have ratings going for it. Disney pulls transgender storyline from pictures win or lose streaming series. Yeah, and you know why they pulled it? It's not. It's the simplest answer in the world. It's because they say parents are uncomfortable having these conversations about transgenderism with their children, right? So let's say I'm watching Doctor Who, right? And I mean, look, there's 2 things I think that really killed this era. And they killed it stone dead. And it's amazing, really. It's amazing. Where is it? Doink. Let's pull up Church and Ruby Road. I mean, I just really hope this era of Doctor Who dies quickly because I don't know. I figure the sooner it dies, I said this about Jodie, sooner it dies, the sooner it can come back as something better. So there's 2 things that absolutely killed this. It was she looked even hotter back then, not her. It was the gay dance scene. I'm sorry, that's the gay masturbatory fantasy. And most people looked and went, "Oh, that's gay." Right? That's the first thing that was the nail in the coffin of this era. And again, there's a bit with this in the Christmas where the Doctor stays trapped on Earth for a year, and he has no problem with it because he's so ordinary. He is not the Doctor, right? And then maybe I'm thinking of Space. No, I'm not thinking of Space Babies. When was she like in a band? Was that right at the beginning when she was? Oh yeah. So, hang on a second. Yeah, one second. It was the her trans friend. Now I'm watching this. If I was watching this with my kids, which I wouldn't be. Also, the script was a bit shit. It's a decent bit. And you see him a little bit later, I think, and it's clearly a bloke dressed in female. Oh, here it is. There you go. It's clearly a bloke dressed in women's clothes, like, you know, down to undergarment.
And honestly, it's like for the past 3 weeks, bad luck has just been following me around. I lose that job, I broke that thing.
Like, okay, I'm with my kid, I'm with my grandkid, I'm with my kid watching this. Like, what is that man? Is that a man or a woman, Daddy? Well, I like, no, it's degeneracy in my mind. I don't think this is I think it's a kink, right? I think transgenderism is a kink. I don't think it's an identity. I think, which, you know, enjoy your kinks. I'm nothing against you having a kink, all right? But I'm really kind of against calling it legitimate sexuality, because I don't think it is. I think it's just bringing misery and destruction everywhere. But again, Disney's finally got the memo. Oh, people don't want to have that conversation with their kids. They don't want you to force it on us, right? Yeah, and that's why nobody watches their shit anymore, because they know it's a minefield of degeneracy. And it is. I'm sorry. When you bring adult sexuality into children's realm, that's called degeneracy. And I believe transgenderism is adult sexuality, just as drag queens are adult sexuality. And I love it when you say something. Oh no, you wouldn't say that about Pantomime Dave. Well, I'm not. Of course not. That means I'm not talking about Pantomime Dave. I'm talking about the weird shit you get today with these massive fake boos being jiggled in kids' faces. I mean, people just aren't into it. I'm sorry. I know, Russell, you think, oh, we've got to fight the fight, and oh, so much oppression. No one's oppressing you. It's not oppressing you saying that we don't want to see your weird, degenerate take on sexuality in the middle of Dr. Fucking Who, right? I mean, like, again, no one's, and then they go, oh, you just want to raise trans people. No, we want to make trans people real, right? Which is, they're a tiny part of the population. This idea that sex and gender are fluid are scientific nonsense, as far as I can see. And honestly, you're just ramming your worldview down people's throats, which, interesting enough, this Christmas special might have done inadvertently, right? This Christmas special may have made Christianity canonical. Which I know I find kind of funny in a certain respect. Somewhat offensive at the same time, right? I do, but I'm going to say. And also, it's the 50th anniversary of Tom Baker taking on the role. I had no idea. I would have done. I would have changed the what's the word? The direction of the show had I known. 1 second. Let me put up the icon. Where we got to? Is that it? No, this must be it. There we go. Doing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, fine. And by the way, I'm really impressed with the AI right now. As I work out more things it can do, I'm really happy. I was able to take this very good Patrick Troughton image as a standee of his, right? And put him in a Santa suit, and I think it worked very well, right? This was my show from last night, which was basically recapping the big stories of the week. Doctor News, War Games in color. I spelled color wrong. Man, I must have just done that for the Americans. Enjoyed the world. First reaction. I feel really bad about War Games in color, right? This colorization is fantastic, but the story is just unintelligible now with sloppy, with a choppy edit and loud music. Again, the way I describe it is it's an hour and a half of previously on Doctor Who. It's like just this abbreviated storytelling, and it doesn't work at all. Now, am I going to blame Ben Cook for it? I mean, I would like to, because I don't like Ben Cook, right? But am I being honest with that? I don't think I am. I just don't think the task is possible. Now, a lot of people have said, I've seen online, they really wanted to shoehorn the idea that regeneration has always been gender fluid. No, it hasn't. right? No, it hasn't. We don't worry about things making sense anymore. All that matters is queerness and twerking. That is the new era, right? That's 100% the new era. Anyway, we look forward. We look forward to 2025. Well, no, we look back at 2024 tonight as we continue our year in review. We're gonna be going over April to June, and then tomorrow I guess it'll be July to September, and then I'm off on Monday too. I'll be here for New Year's Eve. And I think I'm going to be here New Year's Day as well because I got a family function on Thursday. That'll be my plan. I really miss when SFX was a good magazine because I'd have articles like things coming up this year, right? But I guess that just takes too much work now, doesn't it? And they cry about their flagging sales and how we got to support print media. The bottom line, SFX, if you were any good, people would buy you, right? I mean, that's really, really, really the bottom line. You wouldn't be seeing slumping there. And stop blaming it on new media or things changing. No, it's just you're full of shit and people are bored of being lied to constantly. And they get enough of that from the fucking government. Oh, I can't stand it. I can't stand this Labour government. This has to be the worst government of all time in England, right? The only thing that's different from the wokies of today to the Nazis was the Nazis were nationalist socialist, whereas the wokies of today they are I just lost my place completely. They are globalist socialists, right? I mean that's really the absolute only difference, right? Sadly enough, it was it. I did see, however, before we get to the chat, I did see a couple of fun things. I thought the cover for the War Games in color had leaked, and I thought, well, that was a damn good cover, right? That is a damn good cover, and it is, right? If that wasn't indeed the cover, I mean, it really is a damn good cover. But turns out, no, this is Sounds Myth Prod, who's very good at their work, right? I really didn't do that. So I think they just took it from there, unless this is the official cover. Which honestly, it should be, right? It absolutely. Although, did they have the American Revolution in the cut down version? I really don't know. I really can't remember. And one picture that describes modern Labour. Yeah, who is modern Labour today? Who is the country run for and by? These people, right? Nothing says the BBC more than this. Nothing says modern Labour more than this. And the BBC are such party political hacks. Oh God! I mean, I love it. They get offended when you say they're completely biased, right? Oh, God. I mean, honestly, you look at any Question Time audience, and you'll be lucky to find more than 3 people, or more than 3% who like Brexit. Yeah, they all sing from the same prayer sheet. And it is a religion with them, right? It is a religion. I say, yeah, well, refugees are welcomed by you because you're not a woman who might get raped or like sexually assaulted, right? Even though please, I'm a girl. I am a girl. You're not. You're just wearing tights, right? And a skirt. That doesn't make you a girl. Oh, great. It was a great piece of program news that we all should know. That if you start Ghostbusters 2 tonight, well, on Tuesday night at 10:27 p.m. 53 seconds, Bill Murray will wish everyone a happy new year at midnight. Well, that's pretty cool. Of course, I will be asleep by 10:27 if I have my choice. And this story is coming out now, and I'm like, I was going to cover it. I was like, but why? We all knew it was true, right? We all knew this was true, that Biden was illegally getting an obscene amount of money via Hunter Biden as a bagman to sell influence, right? We all knew this was going on. I mean, apart from the idiots that voted for Biden or for Harris, right? We all knew this influence peddling scheme's going on. And here's what's going to happen. We're going to be proved right. 100%. Right, everything we said is actually going to be way worse than anybody thought, and we're all going to everything you got told. No, you're a bigot. Oh, you've been duped. You're a yokel. Oh, you believe that silly stuff. Oh, you were talked down to. All right, it's going to be proved right, and they're just going to forget it ever happened. right? They did. Well, what? I don't know. When was I wrong about anything? They're just gonna forget it ever happened. That is, I guarantee you. I absolutely guarantee you that's how things are gonna go down. Because you know. This is not my first rodeo, baby. Fine. Well, Millie, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there. It was, there you go. Well, I got 5 this year, and he discovered that I was saved from the ratings disaster that is the Queer Era Doctor. And yeah, listen, I think it is a ratings disaster. I think they were expecting 9 million, right? I think it was this time last year, and they couldn't understand how making Doctor Who queer and, in doing so, absolutely hateful of Christianity. And it is absolutely hateful of Christianity, this era. That they thought 43% of the viewership are Christian. I'm sorry. Right? If it makes you feel better, a lot of those people are black. All right? Does that make it better? No. But yeah. What can I tell you? Right? What can I tell you? And 3% of people are gay, right? And it's not like you get 100% of the gay people. Yeah, no wonder. And look, the only reason it did well is because Wallace and Gromit. I tell you, if they didn't have the something good to follow it, ITV actually had something decent on, they wouldn't have stood a chance. They won in the same way that Labour won the election. By massively lowering the expectations. So we're going to do the news countdown 2024 in review. Alien Earth, could it be good? One hopes that Mark Hamill wins the saddest fucker award of 2024, and he really has. I mean, we really should have said, listen, you couldn't have really seen it coming until you saw how much Kamala Harris crashed and burned, right? You couldn't really see it coming, but now, hindsight's 2020, baby. Colin Archer comes in early and says, I think I'll stop mentioning actress to the rabbi. The last one I did has sadly passed away. R.I.P. Olivia Hussey. Well, I hope she had a good and fulfilling life, right? Good for her. It's not like she was a spring chicken. Darren M is here doing Darren M. Are you saying we need 4 candles? 4 candles and 1. That's such a Jewish answer as well. You need 4 candles? Yes. And 1. Oh, God. And we wonder why there's been anti-Semitism the last 2,000 years. I mean, really? Honestly, generally speaking, right, in terms of connection to God and closeness to God and desire to be good, I really like Christians, right? Christians, I generally speaking, have a very, very positive view of. Much more than Jews, sadly enough, right? Sadly enough, because I think everything there is generally with the Christians. I know, very genuine. It broke my heart that Candace Owens was tilted over into being anti-Semitic, and yes, 100% she's anti-Semitic. I also think that Tucker Carlson doesn't like Jews either, right? Because and I like Tucker Carlson. I think he's a good, but I think he's got a deep-seated prejudice against Jews because he keeps platforming people who really, really hate Jews and want to defame Jews and forwarding their dialogue, right? Forwarding their worldview. Now, when Piers Morgan does it, he normally has somebody on the other side to counterbalance it. With Tucker Carlson, no, he never does. Anyway, talking about Christians and Jews, I think Candace Owens, for example, is a brilliantly intelligent and good person, right? I think I think she comes from a place of deep-seated cultural Jew hatred, which is Black America. And I think that bled through to when she was when things went on the skids with the Daily Wire. Right, do you think that Tim Pool's going to be signing to Daily Wire? I guess I'll have to sign up to Daily Wire if that's good. When things really went on the skids with Daily Wire for she went full-blown anti-Semitic. But generally speaking, I think she was pushed into anti-Semitism because Ben Shapiro is just so annoying, right? And I want to tell you, all you non-Jews out there, yes, we find Ben Shapiro annoying too, right? Shut up! Oh, God. And it doesn't matter that you're always right. Having said that, I would love to see Ben Shapiro take on Owen Jones. It is Owen Jones, right? The vile anti-Semite that he is. Oh, God. Just like a real... Now I've got to look at it. Is it Owen Jones? Owen Jones. I would love to see Ben Shapiro do a debate with Owen Jones. Because I think he would destroy Owen Jones, and that I could be up for. Like, you're not in danger of making Owen Jones any more anti-Semitic or obsessed with Jews. I've said this before. You know what makes him obsessed with Jews? It's that his entire worldview rotates around victimhood, right? And the ultimate claim of victimhood is the Holocaust. So exactly in the way that, like, in the 15th century, nefarious elements in the church could whip up anti-Jewish further by saying Jews kill Christ, and they use Christian baby blood in their ritual, which we don't. And people went, well, yeah, so that's a decent reason. But I think that hatred comes from an obsession with Jews because the Christianity is a new covenant with God, right? So it's always better to get rid of people with the original covenant. I don't think that's where we are right now. I think that's more historically where the Crusades and the Jew hatred for there came from, right? Generally speaking, nowadays I find Christians just good people. What can I? I mean, like, I like Charlie Kirk a lot. I like Russell Brand. I disagree with them on many things, but I think in terms of being earnest forces for good, I really believe they are, right? I really 100% believe they are. And again, I wish I could say that about my people. Interesting enough, the next Jewish fast day is coming up on, let me think, it's 10 days after Tuesday. So I guess it'll be the 9th. It's a fast day. Nobody really knows what it's about. But essentially, Jews feel they were given an exclusive job of bringing the light of God into the world, right? And this fast is, again, I had no idea, was when we lost that exclusivity to it, which is why we found. But again, that's why I think honestly, that's why I think Trump's somewhat a big step in the bringing of a messianic age. Weirdly enough, I'm really intrigued what they're going to do with the hostages, right, in Gaza, because if they're not returned, they've been saying openly, you're going to get a bullet in the head. You know what I'd love to see? Them broker some kind of hostage deal, get everybody back, and then the Americans and the Israelis wipe out Hamas arsenals, because that's their biggest fear. They're scared that after they give up the hostages, they're going to be wiped out. I'd really like to see that happen, right? And I'd like to see Iran crumble into dust, and the Houthis. I can't believe people are being sent to bomb shelters by something as pathetic as the fucking Houthis. Oh, can't they just reunite with the Blowfish and take on the world? I don't know. So got to answer this. You're saying you need 4 lights. There are 4 lights! No, there are 5. Well, maybe it's the other way around. D, have you ever watched Paz and Pablo cartoon on YouTube? No, I have not. 4 Kindles. 4, get out. No. Hell chat says PD Rich. Hell PD Rich says everybody else. He says Benjamins. I don't know what that means. Are you talking about Ben Cook's edit? It was really bad. Again, can I blame him? It's like, how are you going to edit down something that's 4 hours long? How long was it? Let's say without titles and recap, each episode averages 22 minutes. That's 220 minutes. That's 6, 12, 18, 24. Just under 4 hours. 3 hours, 80 minutes into an hour and a half. Not very well. That's the answer, right? Not very well. God says, are you telling me? If you are telling you do not get 4 candles joke, I'm personally revoking your license to quit something as the 2 Ronins. I don't know. I really don't know it now. I'm not a maven on the 2 Ronins. That is true. I like them. But the thing I remember most about them is the worm that turned. Right, that was always fun. Talking about the world as it is today, quite frankly. The Western world has literally been like a dog chasing its own tail for the last 20 years. It really has. right? It really has. One of the next being J.J. Abrams, who bought Roddenberry's estate back in 2008. Really? It's interesting. Yeah, look, the big hope is that the Otoy stuff is going to become much more prevalent, right? Man, Star Trek needs a real reboot, right? After the last 20 years, frankly. I mean, look, I like the first J.J. movie. I thought that was excellent. I thought excellent in that it was an entertaining movie, right? It was a genuinely entertaining movie. Was it great Star Trek? I don't know, but it was. Although the interior of the Enterprise thing, the interior of the Enterprise. When I looked, I was like, why does it look like they're in some kind of bottling plant? What's going on? And turned out that's exactly what it was. Right? That didn't really work for me at all. The problem with Capaldi's era was because Moffat made him a secondary in Series 8. Did he make it, or was the BBC? Was it like was it a BBC management edict? Because again, that's really one of the greatest things that's destroying the Western world. That's being run by upper class morons, right? Who have been educated insane filth, and then like have to push that in everything and do. Again, you're not being kind, pushing transgenderism. Right, you're not being kind. Yeah, one of the worst shows of 2024, according to Talk TV, was I can't remember the name of it. It was a sitcom about drag queens, and like BBC are just fucking obsessed with drag queens. There's nothing normal about a drag queen. I'm sorry, not today. Try to watch the Type 40, and I might get brain overload. What happened with it? I don't know. Thank goodness she got fired before the shit show was descended. Yeah, I'm wondering I'm trying to watch Type 40, and then I might get brain overload. I don't know. Why? What are they saying over at Type 40? That's not on today. He's putting out a Colin Baker, a Tom Baker video. Again, 50 years of Tom Baker. I was going to buy that Big Finish release, and they just so took me out of it. Trailer just seemed boring as hell. And honestly, I've only about 20 minutes into the War Dogs release, and that stuff I like. Yeah, I'm so convinced that Millie Gibson got fired for being, white and heterosexual, right? I am so convinced that. And darling, oh my God, did you get out of a shit show, right? Like, did you get out in the nick of time? Yeah, good for her. Oh, save the loss. It's drag gone out of control due to the chemical imbalance. Yeah, right. It really is. I mean, maybe drama queens are a bit, drama queeny. No worries, my friend. After all you did live in Florida. After all you did live in Florida. I didn't just live in Florida. I lived in so weird. The Orthodox Jewish community was literally around the corner from like the biggest gay club in the world, right? And yeah, my roommate who never got married from rabbinical what's the word? Seminar, right? Seminary. He liked it there a lot. Extreme psychological stress and regret makes a Time Lord change sex. What? And I hope to God that if you had a regeneration way too long, Time Lord ends up changing places with one from an alternate universe. Well, yeah, let's send them to another universe. People say they're screen telling for 15 years. Yes, that's the shit. They are absolutely shit. They're the ones in the early 90s started pushing freelance tech staff to embezzle cash. That's what it was for. They tried to say, like, we want to, get outside productions, and that's what they want to do with Doctor Who. If only AI could replace Shooty with Eddie Murphy. I want to say, if AI could replace Shooty, I would replace him with Capaldi, and this would have been the second best Christmas special, second or third best Christmas special, right? If it was Capaldi, amazingly enough. Mark Cook is here. Good evening and happy Christmas, Rabbi. Happy Christmas to you. Merry Christmas, I should say. On the subject of Doctor being too queer, as a gay man, I'm sick of gays being portrayed as camp sex, mad, effeminate people like Judy Gatwa. We don't need. Yeah, look, I'm sorry. The people who have been hurt most from this are gay people, right? And again, it's because they can't work out not the gay people. It's people like Russell who can't work out the gay people are people. They're not causes. They are people with opinions and thoughts, right? That may not be a monolith. It's terrible. And honestly, it's actively pushing back and is going to push back gay rights. Which I think is like I'm sad about, frankly, right? But it is. There's a backlash coming, and yeah, already again, Disney is running scared from transgender storylines, right? For good bloody reason, right? Good bloody. Everybody's sick of it, apart from the BBC, right? Oh God, they need their they need the charter revoked. Right, BBC needs to become a YouTube-esque a multimedia platform, where any British citizen can post content, right, and an open source algorithm that promotes things that are good, things that people like, with no political or ideological bias, right? That's what the funding comes from. So if somebody makes Ian's in the chat, right? Let's say Ian makes Rebecca Gold and puts it on the BBC YouTube, right there, and it does well, and it gets an audience. He should then get funding from the BBC to make it into a show, right? That's how it should work, right? It should be an absolute meritocracy, and that's it, right? And that's just it. We have plenty of eye candy in the 1980s with Adric Turlow. Oh, everybody liked the show. Adric was such a huge masturbatory fantasy. He had a bondage fantasy. He had that precocious child fantasy. Turlow in his short shorts. GNT employed the Seventh Doctor era. Peck's bellboy Midge. I always thought Peck should have been played by like a muscle-bound giant. Like, what's that show on at the time? The Paradise Club, I think. I can't remember. But it had like all these like muscle-bound bouncers in it. Paradise Club, BBC. Was it 1980s? Or is it? Oh, no, that was the one with Don Henson and Leslie Grantham. That's before he was blacklisted from the BBC. No, it was a smaller show than that. Okay, it was a smaller show than that. I can't remember. It didn't run long. It was some club, right? And it had like again all these like muscle-bound, massive people. That's who should have played Pex, and I think it would have worked. Like it was like taking the piss out of Sylvester Stallone movies. Again, that would have worked better. That's when Hollywood took all the Jews' stock. Just kidding. What happened? That's because the Hollywood took all the Jews' stock. A stock of what? I don't know. What, like to make soup? I don't know. I think there is a look. I think another great reason for anti-Semitism is the Jewish control of Hollywood, and I don't think the Jews could. I don't think Kanye West was lying when he said there was a cabal of Jews, conspiring to put him in an insane home. Right? I don't think he was lying at all. I just don't think that's endemic to all Jews. I just think that was endemic to Hollywood, the entertainment industry. Progressive would be fine if it was natural. Yes, exactly. Okay, you know what? Great example of progressiveness. Rose, right? Rose dating Mickey. Mickey being black, her white. Nobody batted an eyelid. In 1967, they would have been shocked. Yes, natural progressive. Captain Jack, nobody gave a shit. He was fun, right? That's natural progression, right? But the other progression that the global elite is pushing is beyond dangerous. Well, you had a former Pfizer, I think, guy say that, like CEO or something, somebody high up in Pfizer, say that RNA vaccines are designed to hurt you and ultimately reduce human fertility. Because they got this weird outlook that the world's overpopulated. No, the world isn't overpopulated. Government is overpopulated. Big business is overpopulated. The world is not overpopulated. Happy Christmas, everyone. The best way to God is Jesus' way. Well, whatever works for you, baby. Paul Denman. Love everybody, no matter what they believe. Well, I agree with that to a certain extent. But I also agree to the Jewish worldview, which we've had to really kind of build up over the last couple of thousand years, that if you know someone's going to get up in the morning at 7 in the morning to kill you, you get up at 6 and kill them first, right? So, I think you need to balance the two things, frankly. Doctor Who's dead, says Ian. We're just talking about you. Yeah, but I don't think look, this is science fiction. I don't think death is permanent. What I can imagine a way back, and I can imagine a way back, and it's not that outlandish, right? It's not that, and also, the previous Doctor, like the Blu-rays, I'm very much enjoying. There's a lot of Doctor Who. Oh, that reminds me, man, I've got to download these things. They're incredible. Dino Puff did some new new animation from Big Finish, and oh my god, it's awesome. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let me see if we can find it. Hang on. Maybe we'll look at that straight after the chat, right? It's genuinely fantastic. Second, let me just download that one. And honestly, if I had money, I would just pay him to make these things, right? He so knows what he's doing, this guy. Hang on, let me grab that as well. Like, honestly, I would. They should really pay him to, and somebody should pay him to animate Rusty Davis's Christmas Seventh Doctor story, Damaged Goods, right? And do that as a movie special. It's about, like, how much could it cost? This guy's doing it on his own. I don't know. I reckon they could have top quality Doctor Who animated content for as cheap as chips, right? I really genuinely do. Anyway, so let's Rebecca Gold. Ian, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I saw Ian put a post on X saying that he wouldn't watch the Christmas special. Wouldn't want to go. You would put off watching the War Games in Color. You would consider watching War Games in Color, but they inserted Jodie into it, right? Yeah. Look. Yeah. There's no way of going back from how incredibly toxic she was, right? And honestly, I think the same as Shooting. Like, before we saw him, I thought his smile was a nice smile. Now it's a smile of somebody, of an adult introducing a 14-year-old into queer sex, right? It's not, it's not innocent. When Tom Baker smiled, it wasn't sexual. Don't watch much of the Bee, but did enjoy it from Roger Moore with love. I'll check that out. I love Roger Moore. What's the other thing people said? Hang on. What was that one that D said? Paz and Pablo. Let me pull that up. Paz and Pablo. That's it. Is this the right thing? No, it can't be right. What's it called again? Paz and Pablo cartoon. All right, well, it's a Paz and Pablo cartoon. Let's see if I can find it. Cartoon. All right. Never seen it before. I will look at it another time. That's really weird. Okay, fine. You know what is cool though? Again, this is the future of Doctor Who in my mind, right? What's it? Ian says we know why they're chucking money into these old Doctor Who shows, because they want to screw with canon, but it's ultimately not going to work, right? Again, who was the War Games in Color made for? For who Rusty Davis thinks are new fans, which are essentially the weirdos that go to Gallifrey 1, right? The toxic fans that live on Twitter. There's probably like under 500 of them, right? Really, genuinely, right? There's probably all there is, and they don't buy any merchandise because, as we see, merchandise sales have completely slumped, which is somewhat evident from the lack of merchandise. Again, remember all the merchandise that came out right before Jodie? It's all gone, right? It's all gone. Again, but honestly, I've said this many times. The way to bring Doctor Who back, you start off with a continuity-less Doctor in a TARDIS, and it doesn't know much. He's amnesiac. He doesn't know where he comes from. He knows stuff as the plot requires it. He knows who the Daleks are, maybe, right? He knows how to operate the TARDIS. He doesn't know where he comes from or who he is, right? and that can be like a central theme through the first season. And I think the only nod you would have classic monsters, but the only nod you would have to Doctor Who, I would say 63 to 17, which is what I think is real Doctor Who, would be like they'll find like some kind of ancient etching hidden away on Patrick Troughton, right? And eventually, when you get to the next anniversary, you say that everything after Capaldi wasn't real. It was like after the 13th regeneration, everything like it broke reality. And I think the cool way of introducing it, have a special with lots of people he would love to see play the Doctor, but never like bring David Morrissey back, right? What's his name? Hugh Grant, right? I think lots of people who we like to see. Was it Pierce Brosnan? All the people he would love to see play but never have, and right, they're like these one-time Doctors, and they come together in a multi-Doctor special, say that like reality was fractured, and there's unlimited Doctors now, and they get together to reboot reality, and so you're in a reboot universe with a wink to the past universe, right? And that's it, and then you're good, right? The reason they call this Doctor the 15th Doctor is to give him legitimacy, because he's so not legitimate. He's always wearing a fucking skirt. Yeah, if I may. Everything wrong in modern Doctor Who is right here in these pictures. There we go. I have to download. Man, I hate these bloody clowns. Come on. You know, you go open up something and they're doing. Here we go. Yeah, look at this picture. And it just annoys the hell out of me. Now, Verada Sethu is hot. She's a very, very, very sexy woman. Wearing mum pants for some unknown reason. While Shooter's wearing a fucking skirt. Okay? It's a skirt. Fucking weirdo. Like, it's a skirt. I mean, again, and it's all of this. Is there some sexual underpinning to all of it, right? Again, look, she looks gorgeous, but why not make her look hot? For God's sake. How about unzip that a little bit at top so we can get a bit of cleavage, darling? No. That's too exploitative, is it? Well, okay. Fuck you, then. Anyway, this, I feel, is the future of Doctor Who. If I may. Right. Did I download the wrong one? Hang on, I downloaded the wrong one. Hang on. I've got to go back. There was 2 clips he put on. Hang on. Videos. Yeah, there we go. The Iceman. There. The Iceman was the first one. Now, this is an animation from a Big Finish. Let me pull up the Big Finish thing. Where is it? Big Finish. Now, I thought this was a very inventive release, right? I really, really did. I think it came out this time last year. Oh, man, Big Finish takes so long, the bloody thing to open up. So the Stephen Noonan release. Yeah, let's pull this up. Is it going to open up? I don't know. But okay, so essentially, you really need the cover to be able to talk about this. Come on. Oh, here we go. At last. Oh, we should look at that as well. The 12 Days of Big Finishmas. Hang on. Callum Weston's channel. That's who it is. Thank you, Darren M. I very much appreciate that. So this will be... Pretty sure this is from January last year. Let's have a look. 24. Here we go. Fugitive of the Doctor. Fugitive of the Dalek. So it's a very clever premise, essentially. I kind of worked it out about halfway through. If you haven't heard it yet, I'll say 27.65 is too expensive to pay for this. You know, I would recommend it. Even I think it's pretty darn good. Right? I wouldn't spend $30 on this. No. So it's Stephen Noonan playing the first Doctor and Lauren Cornelius playing Dodo. So what this is that you have a somewhat amnesiac Doctor, and he first Doctor, and he stumbles into time. There's some kind of ongoing mystery going on. It's revealed again. Spoiler warning. It's revealed about halfway through that he's actually the duplicate Doctor that Daleks made. And they go and visit old Vicky as some part of the story. That I think she was there when the duplicate was made. I can't remember, right? I can't remember. But it was actually a really solid, decent story. Now, Stephen Noonan is interesting because his Doctor doesn't sound much like the first Doctor, but he acts like the first Doctor, right? It's really here. So, and as I said, Callum Wetton illustrated 2 bits from this story, and I think they're both beautiful. Oh, there's no. Oh, really? The dialogue isn't coming out. It's happening a lot now. Let me try this video file, see if that works. Now, this is like old Vicky, obviously. But again, I don't understand. Why does the BBC or Bad Wolf, I reckon, for $50,000, this guy will make you an incredible like hour and a half of TV. You know, illustrating like they could do spare parts from Big Finish and do it in a movie-length format.
There you are.
Vicky, why are you here?
To stop you doing whatever it is you're trying. You've opened up your stomach.
Evidently. I've disconnected the circuits regulating my power source. Very soon it will overload and detonate.
You see what I mean? He doesn't sound like he doesn't sound like William Hartnell, but he intones like William Hartnell. I think it's really an incredible job he does.
Well, you're setting yourself to self-destruct, but why?
To lure us together, the greatest scientists of this age. They will all be killed, and history will take a different course.
You want to change history?
No. I want the Doctor to stop me.
You're setting a trap using yourself as the bait?
And you too, my dear. I'm afraid it is too late to escape the explosion. Either the Doctor comes, or you will die too.
You'll just be killing all these people for nothing.
The Doctor will come and save them, and I will kill him.
The Doctor isn't going to come and stop you.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do, because I know, Don't you think there've been times when I wanted the Doctor to come and save me? To whisk me away from my...
I tell you, this is a really great performance as well. Yeah, that's something else that I think you can't really underplay. That Callum's ability to direct a scene is really excellent, right? It's real, just pure talent, right? It really is just pure talent.
My problems after Troilus died. But no matter how much I wished, the Doctor didn't come. And if he didn't come for me, he certainly won't for you.
Then in just over a minute, you and everyone here will die.
Including you! Don't you want to live?
I mean, again, they're bringing out another animation. What is it? What's the animation bringing out in a few months? I can't remember. I mean, I'm going to buy it. But, like, this is so much better! For goodness sake!
I'm not alive. I'm just a machine.
No, you're not. Don't you remember? You told me you're as alive as you want to be.
That statement was an error. The product of a malfunction.
No, it wasn't. It was the product of life. Of free will.
I do not have free will. I must follow my programming.
No. You resisted it before, you can resist it again.
I cannot.
Yes.
Yeah, look at this. The marriage of just really good script, good acting, and good... This is so watchable. Right? It is so watchable. Oh,
you
man.
can, because you're the Doctor.
I am not the Doctor. I am merely an imitation.
One as clever and stubborn as the original. You can be the Doctor if you want to be.
I do not.
Then if not for you...
What would this be like in black and white?
Then for me. Be the Doctor for me.
Be the Doctor? For you?
Yes. I need you to be the Doctor. Save the world.
Man, this is just a powerful scene. I'm sorry. It's just really excellent.
But if I was the Doctor... If I were the Doctor...
You'd be strong enough to break your programming. You'd be able to cancel the self-destruct.
No. I am not strong enough to cancel the self-destruct.
Please!
But... I am strong enough to do one thing. Ricky? This wire. If you break the connection, I will deactivate.
Deactivate? You mean you'll die?
I do not know what will...
Again, I found more compelling drama in how long has this been on? 3 minutes than I have done in the entirety of Russell Lee Davis's New Era Doctor Who.
Happen. My systems might reset. My memory cells might be erased. I might lose myself.
A kind of death.
Please, my dear. I cannot resist much longer.
Oh, blimey. Didn't sugarcoat that, did she?
Thank you, Susan. This old body is wearing a bit thin.
They could do a whole season of this for what they do for one episode. Honestly, like for what they do for what they could literally do a whole season of this.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Honestly, that's the best ad I've ever seen for this. Right? Let me see if we get that other one to play. And maybe I have to convert it somehow. No, it's a real shame because it's a somewhat fine. I'm just going to try and re-encode it in Premiere in real time. Maybe it'll work. We'll find out. Right? We will find out. But honestly, look at this. That costs like $30 for $36 US. You can get purchase entire season 9. Like, it's not even close, right? It's not even close. The season 7 is 57. Do they 57? Do they have a release date for it yet? No, it's still set to December 31st, 2099. Okay, Premiere's opening up slowly. But again, honestly, I really think this is worth the effort because it just is so freaking good, right? It's fantastic. What else have we got here? We got. We need to talk about the Christianity thing with. Let me put this over here. With Joy to the World. Yeah, Doctor Who canonizes Christmas, and it's complicated. It is indeed, right? It is indeed. Is this open yet? Oh, here it comes. Hang on. Let's see if this works. Hang on. It's fine. So I got to. Still opening. Come on. There you go. Let me grab the clip called the Ice Moon. Hang on. I'll delete everything on the timeline. Doink. That's interesting. The audio didn't come out at all on this. That's really weird. Okay, let me try a different downloader now. 1 second. Did I download MP3? No, more. Oh, okay. 1 second. No, okay. I'm going to try and find a downloader because it's a YouTube downloader. Oh, that's the wrong thing. YouTube downloader online. Oh, this one takes forever. It's annoying though. Doink. Oh, wait a minute. Do I have an app that'll do it? Wait, what is downloading now? No, it's still downloading for some reason. Oh, I think it might be working. Here it comes. Oh, let's give this a try. No, still not. Oh, you're just annoying me at this point. Well. Fine, let's see if we can just download the audio of it. No, it doesn't let me do it. It's so weird. That's really weird. Okay, fine. Let me try this app I have. Again, I'm not. You know what? It's such a tragedy. It's not bloody working because it's so good, right? It looks gorgeous and it sells it so well. Unless does he have a Twitter account? Maybe. Yeah, let's have a look there. Maybe he does. We'll go. Let's see if I can open up his YouTube page. More information. Doing. Let's see if that works. Oh, it's saying it's working. I listen. I don't really trust it. Preparing to download. Okay. I'm excited for that. You're thinking about it. Now, come on, don't give up now, baby. Don't give up now. Oh, is this the same one? I hope this is not the same one. No. Okay. Oh, it's so agonizing watching this. Yeah, we'll try this thing. We're being automatically redirected somewhere. Really? No, just download. Oh, okay, fine. Now it says download. Is it downloading? I don't know. And I got another download that says processing. No, I don't. Unable to download file. Okay, so look, I got to use this app. It's saying, and it's here. I'll show you exactly where it's at. But like, I get this animation. I mean, look at the perspective, like how he blurs the background and brings it into foreground, right? Oh, it's kidding me that I can't show you. It's not letting me do it. Wow, it's not letting me do it at all. Let me see if they're on Twitter. Oh no, it is here. Silence coming. Video's been downloaded. Okay, so to where? Download, play. Where did it download to? Here. Is it over here? Where do I find it? Show in folder. Oh, thank God. Fine. So now if I go over here. Okay. It's saying it's downloaded. Do I believe it? I mean, do I believe it's going to work? I don't know. Let's give this one more try, baby. Okay. Video file. Let's try this one. Tragic! Still didn't bloody work. Oh! Is there any way to download the MP3 from it? Because then I could like composite it. We'll try this. Okay, we'll try this. But I'm about to give up, right? I'm definitely about to give up at this point. Which again is tragic because it's beautiful. It's just beautiful work. Okay. Oh, it's saying it's going to download the MP3. Oh, that's it. We might be lucky. Save as. Okay. I'm doing so much insane work for this. And again, it's so freaking worth it. Oh. No, get out of town. Is this actually working? Oh man, what was it? Remembrance of the Daleks, where the Doctor rigs up the same sort of thing he had on Spiridon. Okay, it's saying it's working. Hang on. Export. Okay. Rendering required. Oh, it says it's going to be ready in 15 seconds. Okay. Oh, this is exciting. I wonder if this won't work as well. This has got to work. This one's got to work. I mean, I say got to. Okay, here we are. Finally. Let's see what this does. Yes! But again, I like the animation style they got going on here, right? And again, look at how beautiful the backgrounds are. This is called the Iceman. And I wish I could remember this story, but I remember liking it at the time. I'm just finding this a little bit more effective than a gooning idiot coming in and saying, ham and cheese toasted, whatever, latte. Oh, fuck off. No.
I don't know if it was a Dalek machine or just something they had found lying around and got working. And it would have been destroyed when their time machine blew up, so maybe they don't have another one.
But the time machine they used to follow us. It must be somewhere on this moon. We could sneak inside it and find out what they're up to.
Sounds dangerous. There's probably still some Daleks inside.
But they would be...
Like, wouldn't you watch this? I would watch it. I'll be excited to watch this.
Be no match for us, If I pretended that my programming had reactivated with you as my prisoner...
I don't know. I'm not the devil-may-care girl I once was. I just want to go home.
To go home?
I'm sorry. It's just that when I found...
BBC got me? Oh, is the stream been zapped? I don't know. What happened? Let me check them online. Yeah, I'm online. Okay, thank God. There we go.
You in the TARDIS, I thought you'd come back for me. I mean, I thought the Doctor had come back for me and we could go off having adventures again. A silly old woman's fancy.
You wanted to leave your family?
My husband Troilus died a few years ago.
Again, the pathos in this. Again, you don't. Why can't they do stuff like this? Things that you actually care about. You know, I was thinking about the breaking the fourth wall, which they do a lot nowadays. And Tom Baker did it once, maybe I can't remember, once or twice. But here's the thing: it worked when Tom Baker did it because he'd been Doctor for 3 or 4 years at that time, and he developed an incredible rapport with the audience, right? And that people loved him and cared about him. You know, and so when he broke the fourth wall, it was kind of cheeky. Shooting Gatwa comes in and breaks the fourth wall straight away, and without doing the work of building up a rapport with the audience, they just sort of assume, oh look, I got a Doctor Who logo, so therefore everything works and I'm Doctor Who.
Since then I've been on my own. My children have their own families now, their own lives. They don't need me.
Why do you think why the Doctor wouldn't come back to you? You think he's forgotten you?
No, it's not that he'd forget. Although he was terribly absent-minded.
I'm telling you, I was never like that into Vicky as a character, Maureen O'Brien. She's knocking out the park with these two scenes.
It's just that he was always looking forward, exploring places he'd never been before, meeting people he'd never met before. He wasn't one for looking back. No.
Judy Gat was the one for just looking in the fucking mirror, frankly.
I always thought he'd be too busy to bother about an old biddy like me, and quite right, too. Adventures are for the young.
I'm not sure I would agree. And that's not the Vicky I know.
But you don't know me, do you? We've only just met.
True.
Yeah, this is what I want to talk about Stephen Noonan's betrayal, because he had the kindness in his voice, right? He really is a craftsman doing a great job, I think.
But in the time we've been together, I have got to know you a little. And you are still a force to be reckoned with.
That sounds like it could be taken two ways.
And a wise woman once told me, you're as alive as you want to be. So, my dear Vicky, live!
Thank you.
Now, the Daleks won't be immobilized forever. Help me get back to the TARDIS. There's something I must do.
Yes, what?
I must infiltrate and kill.
I'm sorry, I'm not giving a commentary. I'm just so taken in by it.
Infiltrate and kill the Doctor.
Oh, no.
My dear Vicky, my original programming.
I know, it's coming back to the surface.
Then you...
Yeah, it sounds like a bit of a duffer idea on paper, but man, does it work well.
Must go. Back to the TARDIS. Find help.
And leave you here?
You must. I cannot resist. You are in terrible danger.
But there must be something I can do.
No time. Can't hold it back.
No, now the Daleks are waking up.
Then all the more reason you should run! Run! Run for your life!
Again, I don't think Doctor Who's been directed this well in years. Frankly, it's just excellent.
Infiltrate and kill! Infiltrate and kill!
All right. I'm sorry, goodbye.
Increase!
Love to hear Stephen Noonan's take on this. This is fascinating. Just excellent work. Again, if I find out that I absentmindedly bought 10,000 Bitcoin in 2011, for $20, I forgot about it. One of the first things I will be doing is employing Callum Weston just to make stuff. It's so good. What would you do first? Would you have him make recreate Lost Stories? I don't know. Maybe I'll get him together with Mid-Journey Doctor Who, right? Have him recreate the Lost Stories in like a wireframe and then have AI map a photorealistic, Doctor Who over it. That would be wild, right? That would be wild. Okay, I spent way longer than that. So I'm not going to go over the Christianity stuff with Joyce the World tonight because, I want to do the. I got to do the 2024 year in review, right? Because if I get behind, then it's going to take freaking forever, right? But I do want to cover that tomorrow night. That really sounds fascinating. Here, I'll give you a quick peek at what we're going to be talking about. Hang on, it will be over here, I think. Yeah. So it is Doctor Who canonizes Christmas, and it's complicated. Essentially, and I felt weird about this, and I think Christians, generally speaking, are not that thrilled that you have Nicola Coughlan, who for some unknown reason got her tits out on a TV show, and it still just scarred me, right? And she basically became the star that the three wise men followed, right? So canonizing Jesus, which I think was the intention was the absolute opposite. I do want to look at that in quite some detail, but we'll do that tomorrow night. Let's go back to where are we up to? April 1st, right? April Fool's Day, baby. Don't know very much. Yeah, April. Oh, press the wrong button. Try that again. Share screen. Fine. So I think Kevin covered it in January. The last of the War Doctor Rises range, right? Which was the War Doctor Begins, I should say. The War Doctor Begins range, which had good for the first 4 releases, excellent. The next 2 were all about the Doctor was a minor character, and it was all about what's her name, Chase or something. This stunning brave girl was the key to everything. Honestly, it wasn't that good. But the first 4 releases, I think, were absolutely stonking. Right? I think a lot of that has to do with Louise Jameson's role, but behind the camera, but behind the mic. Right? She essentially taught Jonathan Gary how to act, and he does such a great job. Right? So they rebooted this range, and I just got the second release from it, and I think it was pretty good. But the first one is excellent, right? BBC continues there. Big Finish continues the Uncharted. Continues the Uncharted. It's supposed to be Time War. Time War saga with the War Doctor Rises. Exciting news from one of the Big Finish's strongest range, and it was exciting news. And this is one of the few things they've done that have really knocked it out of the park this year, right? It's one of the things I can wholeheartedly recommend. Oh, they're too expensive now, right? They just overprice them. But I guess that's what they got to price them, because to make people buy them. There's so much pirating going on as well. Doctor Who News will woke BBC's days are numbered because of their wokeness. So the new home of Doctor Who will be the way woker Disney. No. Again, who saw this in April 3rd, right? That Disney was going to be the one to run from wokeness first. I guess it makes sense. They are a commercial operation where BBC are. But this is a great thumbnail. What could go wrong? No, it's just going to be super duper ultra woke on the BBC. And it doesn't matter. Nobody watched it. Who cares? The Gaza war droned on, raged on, and so did the unhinged anti-Semitism of British journalists. So the woman in yellow has she said, I don't know personally, it says she has a Muslim husband. And I'm sorry, one of the ways that the Islamic world is incompatible with the Western world, particularly England, is the unhinged and pronounced hatred of Jews. It's very, very, very anti-Semitic. And the reason they give for that is because they say, well, Israel does all these terrible things. No, they don't. The primary form of anti-Semitism throughout time has been a thing called blood libels. It say, see these terrible things Jews do? It's okay to hate them. Now let's line up and say death to the Jews, right? And it doesn't take much from that before you are killing Jews, right? So here we have Talk TV going, and let me tell you another reason why you're a Zionist piece of shit. And he's saying, and this is the expression of his face, fuck me. How did I pull the short story? I have to deal with Dumb and Dumber here. Frontlines Israel, Hamas war. Israel fucks up killing foreign aid work. Actually, it turns out that wasn't the case. Giving a perfect gift to Hamas. You know what really happened with that? Oh, God. It was a setup. Firstly, Israel is, Hamas is infiltrated every aid organization, every UN organization. They are Hamas, right? There's no difference between them. And so they deliberately surrounded the cars from, I think, the World Kitchen and jumped in their cars, jumped out their cars, and like deliberately tagged them as being enemy vehicles. And that's how they got. And then they refused to answer the question, the alert from the IDF, because they're the evil Nazis, according to them. Saying, is that you or are you a terrorist? And they didn't answer, so they got killed, right? Essentially, but there is a bright spot. That Sydney Sweeney became a thing this year. Yes, what happened to good old fashioned sci-fi that wasn't afraid to be sexy? Sydney, darling, you are bringing it back, right? Computing, unlimited free porn may not be good. It may not be a good idea. Deeply confusing for younger generation. Maybe that's why they're all chicks with dicks nowadays. I really don't care how any new Doctor Who is. I need it needs to get rid of the cats first. I agree with you, and then it would have my attention. Ian, I completely agree with you. I'm just in a different place to you. Like I feel, a need to report on it. Right? Am I saying that because I'm too much in love with it? I don't want to move on from it. Maybe. I'm not going to argue with it if that's the case. Right, Doctor Who, New Era Insanity. Disney super promises to be non-woke from now on. Well, actually, there seem to be what's the word? Not filling through. They seem to be doing just that. Like running scared from woke. I just wish they could fire Kathleen Kennedy. Because man, has anybody fucked up like Kathleen Kennedy? Fastest female. Really? No, the force is broke, darling. The force is broke. Rebel Moon Part 2 trailer reaction. Oh, man. This one breaks my heart, right? This one breaks my heart because I think it could have been really, really good. The script was awful. The script was this unintelligibly bad, right? And I watched the extended, the 3-hour cut. There's so many great ideas in here, which I really enjoyed. Right, but the script was just fucking cack. Terribly written, terrible dialogue. If he had given his ideas to a Grant Morrison, a good writer, you would have had an epic movie. Like with these results, and I think Anthony Hopkins has that weird robot with the antlers. Was great. Like there's so many stuff in there that was fucking great. But sadly, the script is the script, right? The script is unwatchable. Speaking of it, these British journalism being unhingedly anti-Semitic. Yes! Owen Jones is shocked to discover he's a racist cunt. Plus, Frontline's personal footage from Gaza. Well, you get that, a lot of that. Maybe I love this. Owen Jones, when you confront him, he puts on this little confused. What? Puts on this little confused face. So I'm just pretending he doesn't know. Maybe I look confused for a few minutes. They'll forget, and I just out of myself as an idiot racist cunt. No, darling, we're not going to forget. You are an idiot racist cunt, right? That's from April 8th. April 10th, we were... Disney clinks a bonkers religion or transgenderism and DEI as it walks into oblivion. Apparently not so much anymore, right? Apparently not so much anymore. Oh, Dr. Alex is it. You know what I love to see? I love to see Callum Weston illustrate, animate Dr. Alex's stuff. Oh, God, that would be fucking awesome. Oh, again, if I was a billionaire, I'll pay for that. If I was a millionaire, fuck billionaire, I will pay for that in a second. Oh, God, that would be awesome. I would really love that, right? I would really, really love that. What does work mean anyway? They always say that when they can't. What does work mean anyway? That's what it fucking means, you fucking imbeciles. Lying, gaslighting cunts. This is what woke means. Oh, and they all say the same. It's on cue, right? They all say the same. What does work mean anyway? It means that, and you knew it fucking meant that. What does woke mean? What woke means? Is this picture coming in? I have to download. Hang on. Ugh, now I lost my place. Like, no, it's not. It's oh no, because it's on the other. Forget it. Never mind. 5. Doctor Who news. Jinx Monsoon, Time Lord. Yes, we again. It hadn't started yet. Doctor Who. And when it did, lots of rumors. No, she's just a super powerful godlike being. Icky Thump, this year is more woke than mine. Yes, it is, done, and yes, it is. It actually, really, genuinely is more woke than yours, darling. I mean, it's more competent as well, but not much. River Song returns again. Don't care. Ranking the worst of Jodie. Well, that was a lot to wait through on that one. What a great thumbnail this was. Ruby Sunlight, Time Lord Shocker. Bonkers new rumor said Millie Gibson will regenerate into Parada see-through. Well, that was a bonkers rumor. That didn't happen on April 11th, right? Henry Cavill teases Highlander. I love Henry Cavill. Joker 2. Fully Ado Trailer. People hated that movie. I didn't think it was awful. It's just like they hated that movie. I love this Time Lord outfit for Millie. If I'm on Time Lord now, I always like to dress for the occasion. Well, you do that, darling. Icky Thump. That's the stupidest thing since the Timeless Child. Well, it was. You're right. Jodie, even the stop clock is right twice a day. Even though you can't say that of Hamza Yusuf. Like, what a fucking moron. No, he was spanked on April 12th by J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling spanked Scotland's woke moron First Minister, who was First Minister for like 10 seconds till he lost the job because he was fucking useless over his hateful hate speech laws. Arthur Maximus. Yes, you're right, JK. You're right. It's a good bit of CGI got going on. I have AI got going on there. Speaking of good bits of AI, the apocalypse was worth it just for this thumbnail. Rabbi announcement is Apocalypse and Countdown. Yeah, so yeah, it didn't happen. Still waiting for it to happen. Not as yet, baby. Not as yet. Jodie Whittaker's bestest episode ever. Star Wars shit show. Boy, it is. I mean, I haven't watched Skeleton Crew. And why would I? I like Star Wars. And the sad thing is, Skeleton Crew would have been a delightful thing to have over Christmas if you had a working Star Wars universe. But you don't, right? But you don't. Then, on April 15th, we actually had one of the bright shining stars of the year. Fallout. Didn't that come out well? I think the two best shows of the year have been about post-apocalyptic silos. You have Silo and you have Fallout. Fallout was a lot more fun. I think, generally speaking, they did an excellent job with this TV show, right? And again, you know why? Because it's normal. You had a reasonably attractive leading woman, right? You don't often see that. Again, I just really enjoyed that TV show. I'm looking forward to season coming back. Warren Scroggins is excellent. The black guy in it is just like, they needed a black guy in it. It's like it's more token than it was in the 70s. Toxic fandom, woke skulls meltdown over cast report. Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah, where their entire religion got completely blown up in front of their eyes, right? It's yeah, that's why I always hashtag cast report in most of my videos now, right? Really? You sure it's stunning and brave? Are you sure, David? Are you sure this is good for kids? Because all the science says you're full of shit, mate. So okay, he's hosting the BAFTA, so everything's gonna be okay. Well, I think having children to castrate themselves so I can feel like a good person. But the man I made sexy pictures of, and that made my naughtiness tingle, and my knickers too tight. You really need to get outside and touch grass some more. So many gifts this year of touching grass. So many. I mean, like, really, they just fuck themselves in the ass, and not the good way, so many times over, right? So many times over. Right, they think finally come out of the new canon. Billy Gibson's still fired. Yes, Millie, still too hot, still too hetero, still too white. Tim Burton, Beetlejuice starring Michael Keaton trailer reaction. Fair. It would have been okay if there was like the 8th Beetlejuice movie. I'm not really interested in the Winona Ryder plot. I would rather see like Beetlejuice on vacation in love or something. Like, if they made Beetlejuice movies like once every 2 or 3 years, right, over the last 20 years, this would have been good. But as a second Beetlejuice movie, it stank of desperation, right? Absolute desperation. Speaking of desperation, Star Trek Discovery came back, right, with Captain Toxic Masculinity. Hi, I'm Captain Toxic Masculinity. Michael Burnham and the stunning and brave crew of the Discovery will teach me the error of the ways. That was basically what I got off watching this season. It was just shit. I'm so glad it's over. It was awful. Now they are saying they've erased Discovery from canon, but I thought the Starfleet TV show, Starfleet Academy TV show, was set in that universe. I don't know. I mean, the Starfleet TV show just has a stunning cast. Yeah, let's look it up for a second. Starfleet Academy. Hang on, let's have a look. The cast is Holly Hunter, Tig Notaro, Robert Picardo. That's interesting. I like Robert Picardo being in it. But I thought it had who was in it? Paul Giamatti. I mean, he's just a great actor. Mary Wiseman's in it, playing Tilly. So, as is the Admiral Pussy. And the first episode is written by Alex Kurtzman. Original release date is 2025 and 2026. I wonder if this is going to be shelved. I wonder if this is going to be I don't know. I can't imagine it. Who knows, though? I mean, they're like chickens with their heads cut off. They have no idea what they're doing. Speaking of chicken with their head cut off, yes, things started to look really bad at this point for the Doctor Who over on April 17th. I need the Doctor to have a big, fierce dance routine that, like, destroys a monster with twerking. Do I have AI of Peter Capaldi reading that? I think I do. Let me see if I can find that. That's literally what he said, the prick. I mean, God, how dumb do you have to be? Right? Oh, here it is. Check this out.
That's what I'm going to put into the universe. I need the Doctor to have a big, fierce dance routine that, like, destroys a monster with twerking. Or maybe some death drops. And that's what will drop the monster.
Oy vey, that's bad, isn't it? It's just bad. It's just bad. And Dr. Alex did some of them as well. Here we are. His Tom Baker one was excellent.
I need a big dance number. That's what I'm going to put into the universe. I need the Doctor to have a big, fierce dance routine that, like, destroys a monster with twerking. Or maybe some death drops.
How are we surprised in any way it was unwatchable shit? I know, April 14th, April 17th. When did the show launch?
And that's what will drop the monster.
This is a Capaldi one.
I need a big dance number. That's what I'm going to put into the universe. I need the Doctor to have a big, fierce dance routine that, like, destroys a monster with twerking. Or maybe some death drops, and that's what will drop the monster.
Yeah. Oh, so it doesn't come up to May 11th, right? How did we not see it coming? Thank you very much, Dr. Alex. How did we not see this shit show? I mean, like, how did... I guess a lot of you did. It was just me. Meanwhile, I started getting into Ian Levine's AI Dalek Master Plan, which I thought was excellent. Jinx Monsoon Master, thank God not. Guy Ritchie's Homeverse continues. This is really exciting with young Sherlock Holmes adapted from the book series by Andy Lane. I'm psyched for this. I think this has a lot of potential to be very, very good. And if you saw The Gentleman, I like the tone of that. So hopefully this is going to be as good. He's got something else coming out, hasn't he? Guy Ritchie. And Guy Ritchie. Actually, I haven't heard of this for a while. Maybe it got cancelled. We got to... Guy Ritchie did... What's this filmography? Fountain of Youth. Okay. Who's in that? John Krasinski, Natalie Portman is coming out this year. Okay. But TV. Oh, Young Sherlock Holmes. That is his next thing coming out. But I heard there's something else he was working on. I can't remember what it was. No. In the Grey. Oh, Fountain of Youth sounds really interesting, though. I'm coming up for that. I really got to check out the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. I mean, I have it on my hard drive to watch. But anyway, listen, I thought The Gentleman was a well put together show. Wasn't really for me in a lot of respects, but I think this is reasonably exciting. Do it here. Let's see what it's coming out. When do you think it's going to be? Netflix? Oh, it hasn't been announced a release date yet. Joseph Fiennes in it as Silas Holmes, Sherlock's adventurous father. Any other names I recognize? Colin Firth. That's interesting. So, do we have a production date? So it's filmed already. It began filming in July in 2024. Max Arnold seen film scenes in late August. In September, it was confirmed he'll be playing Mike Cross Holmes. I don't know who Max Irons is. But okay, whatever. I'm reasonably optimistic about that. Look at the shit I've been optimistic about. And now we're up to 21st of April, and it got more and more obvious this is going to be a dumpster. This may be Doctor Who hell, but at least I'm easy on the eyes. And that's why they fired you, darling. That's why they fired you. The new Doctor Who is looking more and more like a dumpster fire shooting out some emotional turns. The show into an embarrassing national joke. Edgar Wright's Running Man. That sounds good. Why everybody hates Star Trek Discovery. Because it's shit. It's shit. But what was actually quite good was Invincible Season 2. I thought really, really genuinely enjoyable. So, yeah, I mean, like that. Although, the animation that Callum Weston does is better than this. It's beyond me, right? It's really, really beyond me. But yeah, that is like I don't know. It looked good, right? It looked very, very good. And again, the animation that Mid-Journey Doctor Who's doing is also. Do I still have that clip he did? Hang on. It's been Mid-Journey here because he had it. Yeah. This is just. But he had this new style. He was like. Working on, which this to me looks hugely exciting. I mean, is he doing a full-length cartoon? Because it looks excellent. Yeah, this is the way for the future of Doctor Who. It just is. So yeah, Invincible Season 2. Then over at the 22nd of April again, Things were looking bad. The agony and exit being shooting Gatwa. The weird promotion of the new era continued. Oh, God, I know. It's amazing. So fucking gay. Right? Christian Doctor, sort of. This is just good old-fashioned, totally normal promotion for a family show. That's the thing. All the relentless fucking gaslighting. Stop telling us this weird shit is normal. It's not, okay? It's not. Yeah, and I think that's really what the world has turned around and said in recent months. This shit is not fucking normal. If it turns you on, that's great. I'm nothing against you being turned on. I'm not against, if you're gay, that's great. Be gay, but like, there's a time and place for fucking everything. Bolstrick posted that he thinks that Doctor Who's going to be full on porn before it's cancelled. If the BBC has its way, yeah, I believe it. I think he called it first, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's right. And I really do think he's right. Fine. So what's this? And then the it looked bad. It looked bad. It got worse. Then we got to see what the new Beatles look like. Fuck me. And this is when Doctor Who magazine was really on its arse. It's got itself together the last few issues. Good for them, but me, look at this. Like, none of these people look like the Beatles. It's like, here, let's just zoom in for a second. So you got the bloke, the evil villain from Indiana Jones, right? The Nazi guy who had that what's it called again? That thing that goes on the end of the stick, who burned into his hand, but take back one kadam to honor the Hebrew god. Who's like that one? That bit, right? Mickey Dolenz. Some fat Chinese bloke, Howard from Big Bang Theory, and Shooty Gatwa pouting, right? And Millie Gibson about to be fired. Just shit. I'm sorry, it's just, it was a shit cover. This is the shittest cover. This shitty cover is exactly what I mean by white mediocrity. Plus, of course, I'm a bit fashionably racist. Yes, I know you are. Shooty Gatwa implodes. With toxic fandom and toxic fandom melts down. Worst Doctor Who magazine cover ever. I think it is. The gaslight that Millie Gibson wasn't fun. And it is gaslighting. Will you shut the fuck up? Honestly, we all see through you. Oh. No, this was always planned. You're lying. Honestly, I wish something like Farage, we have to get up in Prime Minister's Question Time and say, yeah, do you think the British people are stupid? Asking Keir Starmer, do you think everybody knows you're lying about everything? A good hint is your lips are moving, right? Everybody knows you're always like, what was it? Rachel Reeves was confronted by someone. She was giving out mince pies, and she said, no, and she said, oh, you have all this uncontrolled immigration. No, we're closing migrant hotels. They probably just renamed them. They probably these are no longer migrant hotels. These are now refugee hotels or something. They just changed the name. That's how they normally fucking work. And they, oh no, look at paper. The paper says this. Nobody buys your bullshit. Right? I don't know. Like, why do they think we buy the bullshit? I don't know. Nobody bought this bullshit. Man, in a treasure. God, stop! No more! Hey, kids learns to love and touch yourself and others with Uncle Shooty. Yeah, this is grooming. That's the vibe I get from him. The guy who's eager to teach young gay people how to be gay, even if they're gay or not. The aching, unending cringe of the new era promotion. When did inclusively start to mean normalization of fringe sexual degeneracy? When did that happen? I don't know. Speaking of sexual degeneracy, again, when you do it in heterosexual degeneracy, they're all like, "Oh no, oh Rabbi, don't do that." Russell Southern abortion message in the first episode. First episode must have aired by now. Is if you're not rich, you might as well be killed at birth. Yes, remember, sex is for fun, kids. Not for anything else. Not for making meaningful relationships. Just for having a good fuck. That's all it's about, mate. It's amazing how being progressive and kind is exactly like elitist degeneracy. Weird that. Weird. We've kind of picked up on that, Russell. The new era Doctor Who is so diverse. Russell is going to lecture you on abortion as well as having bonkers queerness. And he did. George Lucas returning to say Star Wars? No. Star Trek Discovery, fuck off. The Gentleman, I think, as I said, one of the highest spots of the year. I quite enjoy that. My son liked it more. So I like it more now because my son liked it, right? And good for him. But I think that was definitely a better show of 2024. Doctor Who's always been queer and other dumb things, Russell Davis says. Well, of course it's going to bob. And it did, darling, it did. Disney lines up more unpopular girl bosses for Marvel. Millie Gibson books a new gig and escapes the Doctor Who shit show. Congratulations, Millie Gibson. And frankly, I mean, other than being insanely hot, you were clearly the best thing on screen. I mean, nothing else was close, right? So we're up to May 2nd there. May 6th. Toxic fandom's weird anti-Semitic obsession and unhinged hatred of Jews. Where the right side is he? Yeah, that is what we said. Yes, you people are bad people, okay? You need to understand, you people are bad people. Now, saddest fucker of the year, Mark Hamill. Oh, fuck me, Mark. How has anybody backed the wrong horse so hard? Right? I do not know. How has anybody really been so... Can I find a bit from... what was it? Let me see if I can find on Twitter. I'll look on YouTube, in fact. Yeah, I'll look on YouTube. Mark Hamill, White House press... YouTube. Mark Hamill, White House press briefing, which I'm sure he was drunk out of his mind. Hamill, White House press conference. Yeah, this is just real cringe. But, you know, I think it's cringe worth remembering. Yeah, far doing.
As you can see, Mark
He's got to be high or drunk.
Hamill has decided to join us on this wonderful Friday.
Don't you look like that when you're high or drunk and you have to do some kind of public thing?
And I am...
Mark Lazar is here doing Mark Lazar. Thank you for joining us.
I'm really excited to turn it over to Mr. Hamill. Here we go.
Okay, how many of you had Mark Hamill will lead the press briefing on your bingo card? Hands? Yeah, me either.
Yeah, boy. November 5th. November 6th was not a good day
I
for
just
him.
got to meet the president, and he gave me these aviator glasses. I'm telling you. I love the merch.
How can he be so unlucky? I mean, I understand not liking Trump. Loving Biden. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Love it all. But listen, I just wanted to say I was honored to be asked to come to the White House to meet
Don't be ashamed.
the president.
He's drunk. I'm sorry. He is soused.
The most legislatively successful president in my lifetime. And I'm open to questions, although...
Why are you such an asshole? Why were you wrong about everything?
No Star Wars questions, please.
Can Biden bring up Star Wars too, sir?
Well, you know, I called him Mr. President. He said, you can call me Joe. And I said, can I call you Joe B1 Kenobi?
God, stop. Oh, God. Oh. The cringe is strong with this one. And it was so strong. That way I come down. I'll make sure Neri mentions we had the best economy of our lives and whole peace under Trump. What do you mean? Well, come on, man. I just pooped my pants. That's where we were on May 10th. I'm sorry. That's where we were. May 19th. Deep dive review of Space Favors. Fuck me. That was shit. I'm giving you the quick review. Fuck me. That was shit. Wow, our ratings are terrible. Maybe you shouldn't have spent the last few weeks calling everyone bigots and telling them not to watch. Maybe, and you could have got away with it if you weren't shit as Doctor Who in a shit version of Doctor Who. But you were shit as Doctor Who in a shit version of Doctor Who. So you didn't fucking get away with it. But you know what? Let's detract from Shooty and have a bit of transgenderism instead. Well, of course the only reason anyone thinks that this is gay shit is because they hate gay people. Or maybe because it's so fucking relentlessly gay. Oh, just relentlessly gay. The Apocalyptic Fallout as normies roundly reject Rusty Davis' queer cat reboot. And they did. And they did. And it was like ashes in their mouth. But yes, they did. And this was awful as well. Avoid this like the fucking plague. This was like an hour and a half, a sketch. They would have been good as a Saturday Night Live sketch for like 3 minutes, got stretched out to like an hour and a half. And look, Jerry, mate, I understand these are your mates. They're also incredibly diversive cunts as well. Melissa McCarthy and can't remember what this one's name is, right? Nobody likes them, right? They're on the wrong side of history, right? You put them in anything, it's toxic. And this was just a boring fucking movie. Oh, much better, however, was the season 15 Blu-ray, the Horror Fang Rock. I love that. Absolutely love that. So that was in May. So when did that come out? Hang on. Doctor Who Collection season release date. Season 15 release date. What was that? 18th of March. So it took me a while to get around to it. It had to arrive. I think the season 7 is going to be roughly the same time. Right? So mid to late March. Right? Furiosa trailer reaction. Now, people, this movie got real shit. I thought it was excellent. I'm kind of gutted it's not getting another movie, right? Let me say, a Mad Max movie without Mad Max in it. Yeah, honestly, I find the world more interesting than Mad Max, right? And I thought Anna Taylor-Joy was. Yeah, I thought this was all excellent. And I found none of this woke. And it's a really interesting sideways look in the Mad Max world, but people hated it. And look, I mean, it wasn't the same as Fury Road, which was at high octane awesomeness. It wasn't the same as that. This was much more of a Mad Max story, a Mad Max saga, right? And I really wanted to get the other part. I doubt we'll ever see it, sadly. Because I thought she was a reasonably compelling character, and I liked the story. It all worked for me. And the difference between her and Mad Max is Mad Max says, I mean, yes, we know he's where he came from, but he became a much more mysterious figure as the franchise went on. Like by the time he got to Mad Max 3, which I love, he's just like wandering out the rad wasteland, right? I love the bit where in Mad Max 3, and like he comes to Bartertown, someone's running some border, and he like gets out his Geiger counter, and it's like, hey man, what's a little bit of radiation? Doctor, okay, May 20th, the season continues with the best episode of the season, Boom, which I thought was shit, quite frankly. Yeah, why does every black man on TV shows made by white people have to have to be effeminate pussies? Because generally speaking, the white people making these TV shows are racist, right? And they're very embarrassed that they're racist, right? But that's generally the reason. Fucking cry. Like you bursting into tears every 10 fucking seconds isn't emoting. Shooty, whoever told you could act did you a disservice. You can't. Right? I see no evidence of any acting ability in you whatsoever. You can play Shooty Gatwa. You can play horny gay black guy. Horny hot gay black guy, right? That's what you can play. You can't play anything else, right? You can't. I'm sorry. I've never seen you do it. Simon Callow, who's a real actor, I had no idea was gay for decades. And why would I? What's it got to do with me? You have no idea about anything about you other than you're gay and a black Rwandan immigrant who has a deeply uninspiring and unimpressive voice, and I've never seen you run up and down a corridor effectively, right? And his self-assess pretty crap. So this is Moffat's episode, and I think it really did have a hatred of Christianity and a desire to erase it and replace it with a worship of self. Hey, has Tzvi decided that Christopher was shit after all? Yeah, it had Shooty Gatwa in it, Dr. Alex asked. Right? I never said it was good. I said I thought it would be bad going into it. Yeah, no, the problem was Shooty Gatwa, 100%. And also, again, I think it has some. I don't think it's conscious, but I think it has some hatred towards Christianity in it as well, or a desire to erase it and replace it, much like this episode. Yeah, but it's not worth watching. If you could get AI to replace Shooty Gatwa with a realistic Peter Capaldi, it would have been much better. But again, he's just not good at playing the Doctor. That's the bottom line. He's just not good at playing the Doctor. And the result of him not being good at playing the Doctor, ratings disaster. Oh, Millie, you still look great there, darling. These are the bullshit massage ratings. Can you imagine how bad the real ratings are? Well, I can, seeing as Disney's not renewing you, right? Quite obviously. Rossi Davis, new queer era, totally fails. And it does. And it did. Right? Does the disastrous rating spell the end for the new era Doctor? Not soon enough. House of Dragon, I like that a lot. Megalopolis. Fuck me. Worst movie ever made. That was literally the worst movie ever made. Shockingly awful, right? I think the best way I can describe it. But shockingly good. Kingdom of the Planet Apes. If you got Disney Plus, this is excellent, right? I absolutely loved it. I like Planet of the Apes movies in general, right? But this was a really excellent addition to the canon. I've loved the second series of Planet of the Apes movies. Rise of the Planet Apes, Dawn of the Planet Apes, War of the Planet Apes, now Kingdom of the Planet Apes. I love it as they're seeing them like the development of the ape society, which just I love this thing. So you had this ape clan who had this like affinity with birds, and they would like, as part of their rearing, their bar mitzvah, right? They'll go and get an egg and raise a bird, and the bird would be like, their soulmate to a certain extent. I love the development of lore and culture in a deeply interesting way, right? Look, I'm still waiting for Dawn of the Planet, with the first one, right? The one with what's his name? James Franco, right? Before he was cancelled. The one with that they had a background story about a space module that was lost in space. I'm still waiting for them to return, going for a time warp to the Planet of the Apes, and then they can remake the first one, right? Really good, right? Absolutely excellent. And that's the thing. In this era of Dross, good things stand out, right? They stand out quite dramatically. Rusty Davis, nuclear and gaslighting of doom. Oh, thank you for giving me so many great thumbnails. The usual nonsense gets wheeled out in the face of Dross's ratings, right? Furious, don't look woke to me. I don't think it was. This week, we're loving and inclusive by banging on about politics and telling half of you to fuck off again. Gaslighting, you say. Here it comes. So much gaslight. And again, Russell, do you think we can't see through your bullshit? We saw your Doctor Who. It was shit, right? It was unwatchable shit. Oh, I think unwatchable shit. I thought this would be good, and it's not. It's unwatchable shit. Oh, this is from... Dude, that's Rebecca Ferguson. Absolutely loving Silo. Silo is so right now is really worth getting a subscription to Apple TV Plus. You got Severance coming on in a few weeks. Silo wrapping up. Get it for the month. It's so worth it. There's so much good stuff on it. May 24th. Doctor Who New Look Extra. Disney flat out lies to pretend the new queer is a success. Yes. Doctor Who reaches Disney's top 10 in the US. No, it didn't. And again, you lying through your fucking teeth is not a sign things are going very well, right? Not a sign that this is good news. Doctor Who Magazine review. Look at this shit cover. It was there. Shit cover of a shit episode, which was queer propaganda. I don't want to see Doctor Who tongue kissing a stranger. Oh God, it's so fucking gay. Oh, we would explore the universe together. No, you just want to explore his fucking anus, right? Oh, I get the feeling it shoots more of a bottom than a top. Doctor Who, two Doctors Light, two Doctor Light episodes in a row. Well, yes, they were, and they were strong for it. Well, of course we can't. I can't be expected to be in every episode. I'm a media darling, beloved by Hollywood. Yes, you are. They need me to grin inanely and twerk for them. Doctor Who will have to take a backseat to Shooty. I think it takes a back door to Shooty more often than a backseat. 73 yards. Fuck you, 73 yards. Oh, fuck off. Oh, it's the scariest monster ever. What is it? We don't know. What? Yeah, it's so scary. You're gonna bring nobody. Yeah, it was shit. Okay, Russell. If you had an idea behind that, you should have told us it. It's the same with the there's always a twist at the end, dance number. at the end of the Jinx Monsoon episode, right? The shitty Beatles one, which was he had an explanation that was like, oh, now that whatever Maestro was leaving the universe, the magic there was magic of music re-entering reality, which caused the dance number. That would have made sense. Not having Shooty Gatwa look at the camera and wink and said, Billy, there's always Ruby, there's always a twist at the end. There's never a fucking twist at the end! When's there a twist at the end? No, Doctor Who says, bye, and it goes. There's never a fucking twist at the fucking end. Fucking lying fucking cunts. Oh, gaslighting, lying cunts. Vote, 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 Nigel. Farage, literally Britain's last hope. Oh, was I proved right? June 5th, and was I proved fucking right about this? You're going to vote for the indistinguishable Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. Well, apparently Tweedledummer was way worse, right? Or somebody might actually do something. Oh, man. Honestly, I think the best hope for Farage being president is Keir Starmer. Rogue, first reaction, spoiler review. Yes. This is just totally normal, wholesome Saturday night family viewing. No, it fucking isn't. And Disney doesn't want it on anymore. Right? So you're fucked and on your own. But yeah, stop trying to tell me your adult sexuality is totally normal and totally fine. It's not. There we go. Rishni Grant is now canon. Look at all these Doctor Who's. I mean, even when I act like a vapid gay fuck bunny instead of the Doctor. No, you're not. You're not super legitimate. Did a gay song just destroy Doctor Who? Probably. I mean, this was really a low point of Doctor Who. We're up to June 11th. The query gets more bad news. New audience data leaked, and it turns out it's going down like a lead balloon. Yes. Curiouser and curiouser. The queerer it gets, the lower the ratings go. Yes! That's because everyone's a bigot. Yeah, Russell, that must be the reason. Or maybe you're just a dumb cunt. You think of that, maybe? Could you just be a dumb cunt? The Acolyte. Does anybody hate Star Wars more than Kathleen Kennedy? I don't really know. I really don't know. The boys really wants to be woke. It really, really does. It gets superior storytelling always, shoehorned in there. At June 19th, we got introduced on the big bad of the season of Doctor Who. Fucking hell! And it was awful! Except Sutek's gift of epically low ratings. I think it's finally time for the Doctor to destroy a monster with turkey. Of course, I'll fail a lot and have a bit of a cry first. Yes, The Legend of Ruby Sunday. Another episode with an emasculated failure of a Doctor papered over with member bearers. Yes. And I'm sorry, your take on Sutek was shit. Right? And then eventually we got to the end of the season. Thank God. Oh, no, not quite there yet. When, what was that? Fan rejects the overhyped lackluster. Yeah, we got to the end of the season. Empire Left recap review. A lot of stupidity to cover. This season, we set up mysteries and went fishing for answers. But in the end, all we got was a red herring. Surprise. That's what it was. Like, oh, Ruby's got nothing to do. Ruby's mom, there's nothing interesting about her. Why she pointed weirdly and why it snows throughout time and space. Oh, no, who gives a shit? Fuck you, Russell. You just did a bad job, mate. Bad. That's June 23rd. June 25th. It's either this or relentlessly insane Labour wokery. Yes. That was this sort of thing. Yes. It was that. Yeah, that was your choice, and now you got the other. Now you got everything you didn't want, right? You again. What's the difference between Labour and the Nazi Party? The Nazis were National Socialists. Labour are globalist socialists. That's it. They both hate fucking Jews. They both hate Western civilization, and none more so than fucking Sadiq Khan. What a useless cunt he is. Oh God, getting a knighthood. He should be stripped naked and shame walk throughout the town of London where people can pour their feces and vomit on him. And I think that would be too kind. I went to threaten call Britannia. Will the UK join the populist revolution of unashamed patriotism? No. House of Dragon, Oasis of genre in the Sea of Shit. People hated that season. I liked it. Right? Doctor Who Queer Era Failure Fallout. We're looking at it. right? We are looking at it. Well, I think this is it got lower, the lowest point as it went along, right? That this insanely stupid idea where they had this magic rope that they could make a leash around Sutek, who was now a doggy. And he brought death to death. I mean, Russell, all of this was... and he's already been there. Sutek was always wrapped around the TARDIS, right? The Empire Death Mirror Miles tells the TARDIS instant review. I mean, God, tells the TARDIS the cultural appropriation. First time impression of this underwhelming dud, universally hated by fandom. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And we rounded off June. We rounded off June with Barbarella with Sydney Sweeney, director of Egg Right. Make it so. Yes. I could save the movie industry all by myself. Yes, you could. But maybe if you did it with Anna de Armas, like, you know, if you were somehow covered in baby oil and having to rub your bodies next to each other, you know, for some science fiction reason, that might do the trick, right? That might do it. Doctor Who Queer Season 1 review. It was shit. Star Wars The Acolyte. How bad can it get? It got pretty darn bad. It got pretty darn bad. Oh, but how bad would it go? Well, join us tomorrow on Sunday when we go over that takes up to the end of June. Join us tomorrow on Sunday when we go from July to September. What could go wrong now? It's all bad, baby. It's all bad. Fine. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap. I'm going to bid you adieu. I'm going to say, not a Jew, a Jew. I'm going to say good night, good luck, and may your God walk with you at the end broadcast.